Okay, um, you're welcome back to my channel. And today, again, in this course, Psychology 221, we are talking about ethics in psychological research. They are not topics that must not be looked at. They are very important for the purpose of this exam. They will be well appreciated, or you see them in your subjective questions. So we are talking about ethics in psychological research. We understand the word ethics, ethos, yes, a Greek word, and we understand it's talking about conduct and regulations and everything. So we also emphasized it in first year that it is a very important guidelines guiding every profession. There's no profession that not have their guidelines, and we have talked about the fact that if uh, professions exist without these ethical guidelines, a lot of charlatans can abuse it. A lot of irresponsible activities can take place, which will not only proving danger or dangerous to the society, but can really bring the profession, that particular body, to disrepute, a bad repute, So psychology has their own ethical research, yes. So in first year, we had a comprehensive discussion about that in ethics in psychology, but for the purpose of this exam, we'll be looking at principles like informed consent, deception, debriefing, confidentiality, freedom to withdraw, protection from harm. These are very important ones we'll also be expecting in our exam. Yeah, so we're having informed consent. So, and we say that this principle refers to a situation that require the experimenter, in this case now, or the researcher, to obtain a willing yes from the participant before the researcher recruits the person. You must ensure that the participant agrees willingly, freely, not coercively. If you are a lecturer, it will not be like, if you don't do it, you're not going to have your mark, right? It's not for any other to prevent anything happening to them that they are participating. What am I trying to say? They are not forced to participate. They are told, okay, you are free to go if you don't want to. Nothing will happen to you, and nobody will blame you or criticize you, and you will not have anything you say here will not be used against you or for you, but you just ready for the research. You tell them why you are conducting the research or the experiment. Please, would you be willing to participate? And the participant will say, okay, I will. This is called informed consent. So that is it. In most times, there are reasons to even sign some papers, especially in practice though, yes, but for the exam, we understand what informed consent means right now. Now, we're talking about deception, which is the second one. Deception, yes, allows the experimenter or the researcher to hide some of the important intentions of the experiment. Yes, important intentions of the experiment. And the reason is that if the researcher reviews that particular information, it will mar the whole process. It will mar the process. We call it, it will lead to demand characteristics, yes, as explained in previous podcast, yes, or the previous video, yes, excuse me. So we understand that this deception can take a lot of shapes, like use of confederates. We may use cover story. For example, the example I used in my former video, I said effect of mood on academic performance. So we can just tell the participants, okay, please, you are welcome. Please, since you have agreed to participate, we are conducting a research on mood, right? I didn't tell them anything about happy mood doing better, or we are checking to know whether sad mood or people that are sad will do better. We don't do that. We just give them a cover story. Happy, we are working on mood, an experiment on mood, right? This is enough deception and it's ethical, it's allowed, right? That is it. And that is how we use the word deception. And the reason is so that the purpose of the research will not be defeated because they have been known ahead of time, right? So the third one is debriefing. In debriefing, it comes at the end of the research or the experiment. You must tell them the reason why they came, what the research is all about. At this point, you are now free to tell them, oh, okay, so wanted to check if people who are sad will do better in academic performance, or people who are happy will do better in academic performance. You tell them everything. According to Aronson, 1998, he said that it helps the participants to leave the research situation or condition environment with dissatisfaction and with the feeling that their time was not lost. Yes. So you tell them the benefit of your experiment, why you conducted it, and everything. So what am I trying to say? Debriefing brings every information necessary to the participants so that they will not feel they have wasted their time and everything and they have been deceived, or I hope I'm fine, or I hope I did well, I hope nothing is wrong in my head and everything, So that is debriefing. It is very important so that these participants leaves that place and they are still confident on themselves, that their bad performance was not really something that is of any weakness of theirs, right? So the fourth one is confidentiality, the principle of confidentiality. Here we ensure that the participants understand that any information they provide here will not be used against them, or will not be given outside or be used outside, as only for research purpose, and will remain in that research environment and just for that research. It's not something you will go telling everybody, okay, imagine she'd not even get one, imagine he'd not even do anything, she came to my department, she couldn't even get one of their questions, right? No, we don't use that, we don't do that. So that is confidentiality, both the name and every information the participant reveals to you for the research purpose strictly remains for the research purpose and will not be used out of the research environment. Yeah, and then we have freedom to withdraw. Participants are also told that they are free to withdraw at any point. They are not coerced or forced or mandated to remain. That is freedom to withdraw. It's one of the ethical principles. And we have, which again, protection from harm, both psychological and physical harm. I've said it, yes, earlier, that the level of harm allowed in any experimental or research environment is called minimal harm or minimal risk. And this minimal harm we are talking about here is the kind of the particular type of harm that we are exposed to on a natural or daily basis, in terms, example, like cold, heat, right? If the participant is not participating in that research, he or she will still be exposed to that. the type that normally the person is exposed to daily, that is the type that is, or the level of harm that is permissible in a research environment. So researchers, experimenters, they are having this responsibility to ensure that these persons are not exposed to any level of harm. Then we have withdrawal of harmful consequences or removal of harmful consequences. Here also, the researchers ensure that that research procedure do not expose the participants to any level of harm. It's not the kind of experiment that they will finish and they are feeling mentally down, or they are having some mental breakdown or any physical anything. If the process or procedure in the research will expose them to harm, then it should be removed. Yes, so these are the ethical principles that is very important for us to understand as we are going through this course. And yes, so we would continue in the next video. Thank you very much.